you. Hi, I'm Danielle for the negative side. So as the affirmative side stated that voting will help people, perform their civic duty, just as jury duty, paying taxes, and things such as that. But actually, I actually believe that forcing people to vote is a violation of freedom, which is basically what America is founded upon. Scott Shackford, who is a political writer and editor, says, just as denying a citizen a right to vote is a violation, casting a vote is speech. It is showing support or opposition to a candidate proposal. So just as much as we have freedom of speech, another form of speech is not having an opinion or not wanting to choose either candidate. So that is a violation of freedom of speech. So they also stated that Americans had the lowest voter turnout since the World War. But it's better to have a lower voter turnout of people who are informed than to have a lot of people who are voting ignorantly and not being informed of the issues. There will also be more called donkey votes, which are votes that people just select for random candidates who don't even know what the issues are or anything. So we would have a lot more votes for that instead of votes that actually for candidates that people want. They also state that it works in many other countries. I believe the number is 22, especially Australia. But in reality, even Australia's political leaders aren't completely too happy with it. So their prime minister states, Australia's senator, states that we argue that we have the right to vote and it is not a right if you get fines for doing it. So it becomes an obligation, like paying your taxes. You don't have a right to pay your taxes, you have an obligation to pay your taxes, and you get penalized if you don't do it. And also, comparing America to other countries is not, you can't say it will work here just because it works in other countries. Scott Shackford also states that Australia's parliamentary system is completely different from America's. The voters rank candidates by preference. Australia has had more than 2 political parties with a representation in its parliament, and the voting system sometimes revolves in the creation of ruling coalitions. So their government is very different from ours, so it's hard to say that it will work as well as it does over there in other countries as such. The affirmative also stated that it will give a true representation of what people want. However, Jason Brennan, who is an ethics and public policy professor at Georgetown University, states that if we force everyone to vote, the net result is that we get a more misinformed pool of voters. We would then get political candidates who reflect voters' misinterpretations, and then therefore we would get a bad public policy. So typically, if we have forced voting, then the candidates that we can elect would not really be sufficient for what everybody wants. Whereas in America, when voting is optional, the candidates have to work harder, so to say, to get people to vote for them. And they also say that the affirmative also states that it will lower voting associated fees. However, I think having mandatory voting would actually increase costs, because then you would have to, or the government would have to pay for people to keep track of people who didn't vote, to make sure that they didn't vote for good reasons, like were they sick, were they not. So there would have to be people to regulate those, and to regulate the people who didn't vote.